Hello and welcome back to We're Not Really Here. My name is Kyle Walker. Manchester City are 2-0 up against Burnley at Turf Moor, and I'm joined to dissect that first half by Shaun Gota, Stephen Mcinerney as well. Shaun, got to start with you. You changed for us. That prediction's still on.
It's still on. Listen, I'm going to Y5-0. I'm going for the 5-0. Hey? I'm going for the 5-0. Thought I'd bring in the Hawaiian shirt and go for it. Why not?
Get the glasses on, man.
Yeah, you know what I mean? They'll definitely be on when we hit the 5. Boom. I'm cool, right? Yeah. You feeling me right now? Yeah.
I mean, we could do this for 15 minutes. I'd love to do this for 15 minutes, but let's break down that first half. Stephen, what did you make of it?
Tropical, man, tropical. It was wonderful. Once again, it's nice seeing familiarity, if you know what I mean by that. It's the same old Man City at the moment. I can't tell it. Sure, look at the glasses. I love it, but it's to see City kind of just turn up and be so reliable and be so consistent and score a couple of goals and look so solid in the defence. It's just reassuring to know that everything that we feel about City at the moment, it's just true. We are that focused. We are that good. We are that switched on. And a goal as well for Gabby. Lovely stuff. And for Sterling. Good football. Solid football. Reliable football. We've just smothered Burnley. It's wonderful.
Cat-like reactions within the first 3 minutes for Gabriel Jesus, scoring that opening goal. There was a little mistake by Nick Pope, but we've got a statistic for you. Gabriel Jesus has now scored 68 goals in the 107 games he has started for Manchester City in all competitions, netting in each of his last 3 starts. That says it all, doesn't it?
It does. I mean, again, these are some really good stats. I'm trying to be serious because I know you two are grinning at me like, what's going on here? I'm talking serious stuff here. These are really decent stats by Jesus. And yes, he's had the previous loose spell, but this goal was vital. And you actually called it, Stephen. You said that he's one of those that will score today. And so really pleased. But these are some awesome stats by him.
Yeah, definitely. When we are looking at Gabriel Jesus, what have you made of him? Because a lot of people like to have their say. What's yours?
Look, he gets basically a little bit of criticism every now and then for not being Sergio Aguero. But who is it? Like, who is Sergio Aguero? Literally one of the greatest strikers in the history of the game. And it must be difficult sat there essentially in his shadow. Because, I mean, we saw some top quality strikers. The likes of Wnrh, who banged in so many from him. He had to sit behind Aguero for a bit, you know. And it can't be easy as a young lad coming over here, accepting essentially. He was like the first choice behind Sergio for an awful long time. And he's had to wait and wait and wait. And the stats speak for himself. If he gets games and if he plays regularly, he might not be quite as clinical in front of goal as Sergio, but he still scores a ton of goals, you know. So give him a chance, give him a whole bunch of games, and I've got no doubt whatsoever that he'll bring the goods eventually. He is doing that, so fair play to him.
He scored so early on, but it was a bit of a worrying time, let's say, for the rest of the first half until we got that second. Burnley didn't seem to let Manchester City play the free-flowing football as much as they wanted.
Yes, listen, Burnley wanted to smother City because they know that if City get that flowing game going, then it's going to be tough. It's going to be difficult. So again, we know what Dyche is about. Dyche will want them to be at it, stopping City, being fluid. But City are just trying to shift that ball, move that ball, find those little pockets. You know, when we think about the goal, very, very little space. Bernardo Silva puts that one across. Jesus is there. I mean, again, so little space, but the ability to find in these areas, you know, players ghost in these areas. Absolutely brilliant stuff from City.
Is there still a little bit of you that's worried when Manchester City are only 1-0 up?
I'd be worried if we were 9-0 at the last minute. Like, no, but like, it's inherently who we are. And sure, I wouldn't change that for the world. I love the fact that we have this healthy dose of cynicism. It keeps us grounded. And some people can't relate to that. But, I mean, right now, I've got to be confident, mainly because we've got that, you know, we've got the reincarnation of Maldini and Nesta at the back there in Stones and Diaz at the moment. They're genuinely fantastic. We're keeping the ball comfortably. And to be honest, Burnley so far, touch wood, haven't really shown that much of an ability to get in behind City. So I am confident right now. We've got the 2-goal cushion. Our record is good against Burnley. Stones and Diaz look as rock solid as usual. So I would be very, very surprised and very disappointed if we didn't hold this out right now. We should be confident.
That second goal came 38th minute with Raheem Sterling after a worrying 30 minutes, let's say. Did that calm you down a little bit, Shaun, the second goal?
Well, yes, because that was a typical goal that I would have loved, you know. Nice little tap in. Listen, a quality ball across. Sterling's there for that beautiful tap in. And just rewards. I think that second goal now settles City down. And I think this is where, you know, it's an important part right now for both teams because Burnley can collapse and I could be right with my Hawaii 5-0. So I think it's important that City really, again, now start pressing, come out second half, put the gas on and get that third. So if we get a third, I think it really opens up and my 5-0 could be on.
We've seen that chance created so many times, Stephen, where the ball's put across the 6-yard box, and Raheem Sterling always seems to be there just to tap it in.
That's what he's great at, and he's got as far as he has in the game because he's just so intelligent. People don't give him enough credit for that. Sterling's awareness of the game and the spatial understanding of those around him is just absolutely top quality. Shaun will know what you think about that as well, won't you, man?
Well, the one thing I'll say about that goal, I mean, here's the thing that we normally associate the run that Gundogan makes was a Kevin De Bruyne run.
Yeah.
And because this is City, Pep Guardiola works on attacking. And because the reason I can say that is because you're seeing a different player make the same run. So this is what Kevin De Bruyne would make, but he's pulled that ball across. It's a typical City play. A ball passed to the byline, for that player running in behind the defense, squares it across the 6-yard line, and there's a tap in. That is typical City goal. We normally see Kevin De Bruyne making that run and producing that cross, but this is City, and that goal was a typical Pep Guardiola goal.
And it's not easy to get into those positions, is it, Shaun?
No, and the reason they get in those positions is because this is the stuff that Pep Guardiola is coaching, and because I'm a student of the game, I don't miss much with these bad boys.
So everyone at home that will try and say Raheem Sterling just taps them in, no, it's not easy. You've got to get into the position to be able to tap it in first. Right, we've been asking you guys to get in touch using that hashtag WNRH, and you've been doing just that, all right? Yes, Rahul, he got in touch with us, all right, says loud, proud, loyal Man City, rocking his kit. Rahul, if you're watching, where are you in the world? I want to know where that shot was taken right there. Let us know. Also, Tom Butterfield, he tweeted us today saying, at Man City, my 1-day-old daughter Daisy's first City game, kitted out already and set to cheer on the boys. 2-0 already for Daisy right there. So fingers crossed, there's plenty more wins to come in her lifetime. Also, Aisha has tweeted us saying, come on, Manchester City, let's do this. Rocking that third kit. The Paisley looks great on the boys in blue tonight, and also on you, Aisha. Let us know where you are in the world as well. Plus, we've had somebody saying about their favourite kit. Carl Sproston. Carl, nice to hear from you again. This was my fave kit.
That's a nice kit, man.
It is. Shaun can see this one. Oh, just there. What a kit it was.
Spectacular colours as well, isn't it? Is a bit of burgundy in there.
Oh, yeah, always.
Beautiful.
Very nice. Make sure you do use that hashtag. We want to hear from you. Favourite kits, all right? I said mine was the silver kit that Paul Gota. Who's Paul Gota? Paul Dickoff and Shaun Gota. Paolo Wanchop as well, that they were all rocking silver with the green strip and the blue strip as well. Let us know yours. Hashtag WNRH. Right, the second half is fast approaching. 2-0 prediction. It's on. It's there.
I've got it. We'll just call it there. So let's leave it there. I'd be disappointed now if it was that. Obviously, we want a few more. We want a bit of Hawaii 5-0 in here. Yeah, it'd be lovely to see a couple of early goals, and then maybe as well. The thing for me is a couple more goals, and then we can probably take the likes of Gundogan and Bernardo off ahead of the Liverpool game. So you want to don't presume the job is done, but get it done professionally, and then essentially take the foot off the gas a little bit and conserve some energy. So.
If it's 5-0, should we try and get some Hawaiian shirts as well?
Man.
Yeah, some sunglasses as well. Have you got any spares?
The whole shebang.
I'll have some spares for you.
Okay, good.
Get you sorted. Certainly.
Right, before we end, we do want to go back to our mystery blue, all right? So you can use that hashtag to let us know who you think this is. Right, make sure you do tweet your guess using that hashtag WNRH right there. Who do you think that is? I know who I think it is. People have been getting in touch. I'm not going to say who was right, who was wrong, but make sure you just get in touch with us. WNRH. Make sure you do use that hashtag. Manchester City 2-0 up at Turf Moor, taking on Sean Dyche's Burnley. A big second half to come?
A huge second half to come.
Are you confident?
I'm very confident right now.
Are you
Why
sure?
wouldn't I be confident, man? Why wouldn't? No, I'm terrified. No, I'm joking. No, I'm good, man. I'm good. I feel I've got trust in this City. I've got trust in this version of Man City in particular. This is Guardiola, man. He's not taking this for granted. He's getting those players out there. He's doing the whole, it's 0-0 focus, close the game down, work really hard. And the one thing you know about this team is that they're organised, they are functional, and they won't be underestimating Burnley, so I'm confident right now.
We talked about grinding out results, whether it's 1-0 or 2-0. Manchester City will need to grind this one out. What do you do in that second half to ensure you get all 3 points?
Well, I think Pep's always been about being on the front foot. Being on the front foot is pinning Burnley back, making sure they're in their defensive third, transitioning the ball, looking for those gaps and spaces to exploit. Gundogan ghosting up. I love him because he just ghosts into areas. Hopefully he can get Mahrez potentially cutting in on that left foot, probably putting one in the top corner, and another goal. So we look forward to that.
Yes, we will be back at full time to break down all of today's action. Plus, we might have some Hawaiian shirts and sunglasses if Manchester City hit 5. It's currently 2-0 though, as City travel to Burnley, taking on Shaun Dyche's Burnley. Let's go City. We'll see you at full time.